Yeah, man, Pick is a guy in here, Jamaican content creator. Yeah, I'm here walking through my new city in Chiba, and yeah, actually pretty close to what do you say, a red light district we call it maybe. Japan is pretty good at rebranding and marketing themselves and changing stuff, so it doesn't look as bad or doesn't come off as lewd as other things, you know. One of the things they call them soapland, which is basically a brothel, but they call it soapland because there's bath or bathing involved, and someone is bathing you. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I live like maybe a minute away from that district. I'm walking to work, as you can see, and yeah, I need a little more steady with the hands. But yeah, this is Chiba City. That's the monorail coming. I'm underneath the monorail right now. Yeah. So just wanted to talk about like just how Japan rebrands stuff, and also living in Japan for an extended period of time, we start to realize and see patterns and see things that many people don't get. You know, there's a monorail right there behind me. Yeah. People, nothing is absolute. All right, everybody has their experiences and etc, etc. We know this, but recently, while moving and changing cities, I've found that a lot Japanese people behave like they're infallible. Other than behave like they can't make mistakes, they are the perfect human beings, and oftentimes they project that image out, and it's a narrative that is spewed and gobbled up by people who are Japanophiles, right? I'm not saying that they don't have many systems that work really well. That's true, they do. But there are other things that are quite broken and need to be fixed. But it's something that I guess keeps their society functioning. If it's a numbers game, safety, awesome. Some of their processes are a bit have a lot of red tape and very bureaucratic. They follow things by the book. Everything has to be done by the book. There's not much way for using discretion, or the customer is always right. In Japan, that's not how it works. The customer is always right is a Western mindset, probably an American mindset. But their service industry, and not ironically, but yeah, their service industry is what really stands out in terms of efficiency, generally speaking. All right, so we have that, and then you have to juxtapose that against how they're unable to customize stuff or change things that intuitively for us Westerners might be something that should be easily done, or should be able to do it. For instance, I had this particular instance where I had just moved and I had some documentation that needed to be done. So when you're moving in Japan, you have to register with your local city hall that you're moving, and your post office to say, hey, forward all my mail that would come to my regular address to the new address. Fine, cool. I went to City Hall, and the process is you have to change the address on your Zairu card, which is your residence card, and also now you have a My Number card, you have to change the address on that as well. So, went to the City Hall. It was empty, efficient, beautiful, eco-friendly City Hall. Went there, and I sat down for almost 2.5 hours just to have my residence card typed on or registered in the city and My Number. While writing down the address, someone asked me, is this a J or L? I said, no, it's not a J, it is L. And they searched, okay, cool. So I thought that was handled. They gave me documentation indicating, saying that it was handled, right? Cool. But I didn't double check. Because why am I doing the double check? Because Japanese people are efficient and worthy and perfect human beings. So I went to do some business to get my internet done. That's a whole nother story. Trying to get internet in Japan has to be one of the hardest things since mankind has developed, because there's so much paperwork, and sometimes you have to wait 2 to 3 weeks if you want them to drill into your home or apartment. And most layer palaces or mansions where a lot of foreigners have housing do not allow for you to drill or damage their property to get the fiber optic cable. So you have to get the Wi-Fi. Now with the Wi-Fi, hold on, let me switch to noise cancelling mode. Gotta be in the noise. Hold on. Right, so going to some construction now, and it's a lot of noise. As you can see there, always building construction, isn't it? Right, so we had that, and I was going to get my internet at AU, which is my phone provider. So I figured everything would be smooth. They have all my information, right? Because I'm a customer with them now. Went there, and I had to. First of all, I went there without an appointment. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Do not go anywhere in Japan for services without making an appointment, because it's going to cause a lot of problems, especially if something that is not a regular, I guess, maybe a regular item for them. But I figured the internet would be something regular. Cool. I want a particular model, which is a standing model, standing internet Wi-Fi home thing. So I had to call back customer care, make an appointment at that same place that I went to that said they can't talk to me today because today is busy. So I went back the following day. Went there, the product I wanted is no longer available. They don't do that anymore. They discontinued from last year. So I guess it's old technology, so they're no longer with it. Cool. But they're offering me something else. I said, okay, cool, let's do this. And you have to pay up front, you need a credit card, and you need 2 forms of identification. So I gave them my ID. They typed my address, they couldn't find my address to see if my internet was actually viable. I said, no, it's actually LA. See, and I showed them my address on my phone, and they said, okay, cool. They did that. Right, they did that, and I was like, yo, this is my address. So I was talking to them in my most pleasant Japanese, and I thought we were communicating well. So they went back and forth. They changed my customer service rep, and eventually they had to decline me. But what pissed me off, I was there for an hour and a half. No, I'm lying, about an hour. I'm there for about an hour trying to figure this thing out. So this man makes a phone call and says, here's a person to talk to you. So I'm like, okay, they're going to tell me like I need to bring something else or whatever. The person starts to speak to me in English. Now, I've been talking to you for the last 35 minutes or so, sir, in Japanese. I'm communicating fine. And now all of a sudden, because you want to tell me no, you get somebody in English to tell me no. And I said, but I told him I can understand Japanese. So what are we doing now? What are we actually doing now? I get the idea that you want to make sure you don't make any mistakes and tell me the right thing. But we were speaking in Japanese. You can say, hey, sorry, your ID doesn't match. I've already done an investigation. This is actually said. Hi, your IDs don't match. I'm for you to verify. They need to do an investigation. Upon investigation, your ID address doesn't match what your real address is. So you have to get that changed. I said, so then the ego Shabbat no. She's like, oh, you understand Japanese? I said, yeah. Mo Nihongo dekiru yo. So zutto Nihongo shabata saki wa doshita. So I was like, yo, what is this? I said, yo, how on the phone? I was too much so upset. I said, I was about to say it was discrimination, but I didn't want to go that far because it wasn't that far. I was just upset and annoyed by the process and the fact that after thinking I was communicating in Japanese well, this man decided either that he wasn't confident enough to say it in English or I wouldn't understand his Japanese. So I don't know if I'm to feel insulted or to feel good. I don't know. What do you think? Am I bugging? I don't think I'm bugging, but yeah. That's what happened. So I got upset, left, and I haven't been back. Went back to City Hall and told them I had to change this. And then it took another hour for them to re-type and change my ID. Now, I do not think it should take an hour to double check location, double check with my old City Hall, and to get back to me. It shouldn't, but those are the processes. So these are some of the things that I think could really get Japan to that real first world status. Going to the bank to handle stuff, anything with paperwork, that's not a normal thing, will take you a little extra time. So it's like going to the hairdresser, making an appointment at the hairdresser or the barber, and you're not going to get through in the time. You don't go to the hairdresser, you don't go to the barber, if you're in a rush. You have to give yourself time for the, you know what I mean? Oh, this is too bright, hold on. Yeah, you don't go there in a rush. Pass with the keys to my truck, hold on. So you don't go there in a rush, you go there with enough time to do what you have to do. Yeah, guys, so that's today's video. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys up to, how you been. Summertime's coming, look at me, it's hot. Summertime coming, so you don't know the vibe. I will see you in the next video. Hi, so there we are.